Alright, welcome to D&D with Amell Solo Quest. I'm here with Rewix, who was not here on Saturday. We're going to do a solo adventure for him, because his character ventured off on his own quest while everybody else in town decided to go check out the city of Mori, which ended up very well for them. Very well. So, we kind of did a little bit last night where we decided on the name of a tower, which I already forgot and didn't write it down because it didn't save. So, what do you want to name the tower?
Hold on, what was it? What did I...
You can make a new one up.
What did I say it was? It was... Oh, it was Schmickelheimer.
Spell it.
I'll put it in chat.
Right, you typed it, I think, last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, tough cookies. Is it Skype chat?
Yeah, in the group chat that we had going.
Oh, okay. Ah! Go away, message. Here. Did I just break things? I might have just broken things. How did I break things? It's correct. Click. Why is it white? What the hell happened? No, why are things broken? Okay, that fixed it. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. So group chat, why don't I see it anywhere? Nothing ever popped up for me.
Oh,
Just type it in either, I guess you type it in Roll20, or if you want, you can type it into, there you go, yeah, Roll20 will work. Schmickelheimer.
Schmickelheimer.
Fucking name.
The Tower of Schmickelheimer.
It's the worst tower name ever. Whoever wants to go
that's
to
an awesome tower
whoever
name.
wants to go to fucking Schmickelheimer.
Schmickelheimer?
Not an awesome tower name.
Schmickelheimer is great.
Shitty-ass names. Everyone's like, I make the best names, and it's always something garbage.
It's a magical tower, Tim. The magical tower Schmickelheimer.
Uh-huh.
All right.
See it.
I do need to place it on the map,
So, who's
the actual map.
guy outside of it that named it?
I
You know
know.
shit,
He's
right?
Bob.
Alright, let's go put this... This is the wrong map, I think. That's definitely the wrong map. That is the third floor map, not the
Yeah, I figured.
first floor. First floor. Boom.
Yeah, I figured.
Here we are. This is where we determined it was going to be. So let me go ahead and place down something that looks like a tower. I don't want to use that one because that's actually used for things. So it'll have to be this one on this map. And of course, as always, it doesn't actually appear where it's supposed to. It appears all the way off to the side. Boop.
Yeah.
It's already started. Yep. You can see them. You should now see your tower, which I'm gonna put your character off to the side. That's what
that's the tower Schmickelheimer.
Yeah, I need to now put it in the map and background section though, so that way you guys can't like touch it and whatnot. And then text. Yeah, Tower of horrible name.
It's not a horrible name. Schmickelheimer is amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to say that short. So there, the Tower of Schmickelheimer has now been created.
Yes.
Your character is still actually in Everfar, but this is for our own purposes.
Okay.
Okay, so we are now back, at least on that map. So you've arrived in town. You've already informed the group that you received a message from a squirrel on this floor, because we've determined that wizards, well, at least your form of communication is on each floor. There's a different animal you guys use for messengers, and squirrels apparently, I'm guessing, are abundant in this floor. That's why.
Yeah, first floor, you know, squirrel.
Squirrel. So you've been informed of one of the things you've been searching for is located actually on the first floor, as you and that no one really ever checked for because the first floor is more of one of the poor areas, so it's not expected.
Yeah.
We determined it was, who did we determine figured this out? I think I have notes. Did I have notes? Where did I save those notes? shit, did I save those notes? And if I did, where did I save them? Notepad. File. Open.
Did you lose some shit? Don't be losing shit.
To info. Creating. Missy mounted Hawthorne. Nope, that's all their notes. So I don't remember how we determined. It was someone. It was an anonymous person. I do know that.
Yeah, you said you were
it.
creating a person
Yep.
who sent it to me, but I wouldn't know who it is.
Sent message. I need to pick who it was, which is fine. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but I'll use it in some way for myself in the actual story. You were informed that it was to the southeast of town, about a 3-day journey. And as I told you before, each day you travel is 1 dungeon ration. Not to mention, if you end up getting stuck in the dungeon for more than a day, you have to consume a ration for each day you're in there. So you come into town, you have rested already at night. You rested with the rest of the party. So, you know, they've headed off to Mori City. Do you want to go supply? Do you want to look for... Or what do you want to do in town first? What's the first thing you want to do?
Probably look for some people to come with me.
Okay, so where are you going to go? Because you're doing this solo. Do you know what type of people you're looking for?
Well, definitely gonna need, like, a tank of some sort.
Okay. NPC-wise, in this game, are a bit different. NPCs are just characters you will use, so they have their own special stats.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull them up. I'll even pull it up so you can see it. Show to players. It should appear on your screen now.
Yeah.
Making a hireling. They're gonna have a cost, and depending on where they're coming from, which you're in a town, so they have 4 to 6 points they can have on each hireling. They'll have a cost, which might be money, might be fame and glory, just accomplishing good, uncovering knowledge, which could work for maybe trying to find like a caster. Skills. Skills are where these points get put into, and I'll determine typically how those points are distributed. They're not going to have every single skill, but like an adept. Adept is an apprentice at casting arcane. So it's not powerful in their own right, but they're able to assist you in casting your spells. So when an adept aids casting spells of a lower level than their skill, so as long as at least you have a 2 adept, you get this effect. The spell effects have greater range, duration, or potency. The exact effect depends on the situation. The spells are up to the GM. I'll describe and assist and will be added to the spell for the cast. Pretty much it is that any negative effects, when you fail, are actually focused on the adept first. So like if you end up doing casting a spell and you have them assist you in like buffing this spell, if you still roll a 7 to 9, the adept is going to take the brunt of the hit instead of you. Burglar, they're used pretty much to stumble into traps and not dying. That's pretty much how they work. So they'll walk into a trap, they'll activate the trap, and then you now know it's there. You can discern realities to figure out how to disable it.
Okay.
Minstrels, always happy to lend their service for a proper price. A hero's welcome. When you enter a place of food, drink, or entertainment with a minstrel, you'll be treated as a friend by everyone present, unless your actions prove otherwise. So there's really no... Minstrel's kind of useless for you unless you're trying to get maybe a slightly cheaper price in town for stuff.
Yeah.
But that's not what you're going to be looking at. Priests. Priests are lower ranking of the clergy. They don't heal you in battle, but when you rest, whatever their priest skill is, you add that to your HP you would normally heal on top of it.
Okay.
They can also do, like, when a priest staunches your wounds, you heal 2 plus their HP, but you take a -1 forward. So the next skill you do, it takes time. Also, priests can't heal you if you're literally in mid-combat, if that makes sense. So you can't be having a fist fight with something while a priest is like trying to bandage your leg. If maybe you're standing still and you're kind of using the NPCs, I may allow that, but necessarily they're more of like after battle type of thing. Mm-hmm. You can get a quick heal from them. Protector are like your tanks. Protector is armor. You can use a protector skill and add their armor to your armor to mitigate the damage. But when you do that, their armor is reduced by 1 each time you do it, until they receive healing or have time to mend. Intervene, or no, yes, that is correct. That's correct. When a protector helps you defy danger, you may opt to take +1 from their aid. If you do, you cannot get a 10 plus, but if you do get a 10 plus, instead it counts as a 7 and 9. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So you can pretty much save yourself from completely failing miserably by using them. Trackers allow you to get a guaranteed trailblaze, which is one of the things when you do a perilous journey, which you missed out on. So you'll want at least a tracker of 3. Warriors, whenever you use a warrior attack, whatever their warrior skill is, that's how much damage you also add to the skill. So your main ones would be like a tracker, a warrior. You probably want at least one adept and a priest. A warrior would have a combo of like protector and warrior skill. An adept might have adept and priest, so you might be able to have it heal and help you assist in casting. So
I wouldn't want a burglar.
burglar would be useful too for finding traps. So, but you only need like a burglar of 1, I believe.
Okay.
Plus in trap and burglar skill to their armor and the trap. Okay, so you want to start looking for people. So where are you going to look, since you kind of have an idea of what kind of they can have? Are you going to be going to like a church to find a priest / maybe caster type of guy? You're going to go to maybe some type of...
You know, I'm gonna go to
Trick
the
shot.
bar.
Going to go to the bar first. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go into the inn, which is where the bar is located. It's where you guys rested. I actually don't believe I named the inn yet. And let me pull up their info. The innkeeper's name is Karsten. He's a big burly guy, I believe. Here we go. Karsten is he's actually a retired assassin and has a pair of sharp daggers at his belt. But he's a lumberjack, so he's got the big burly arms, kind of Paul Bunyan looking, plaid shirt, little hat on, nice long beard. So, and you go up to Karsten, and Karsten goes, "What can I do for you, Mr. Wizard?"
I am looking for some people to accompany me on a quest.
A quest, huh? Well, what kind of quest are you trying to... What is it about?
It's to find a certain magical item that I've been looking for.
Okay, and what will these people get out of it? Because, I mean... Well, what kind of people are you looking for? I can
Well,
help you direct you in the right direction.
Looking for an adept to help me.
Okay, so some kind of caster priest guy, okay.
Yeah. A burglar.
Well, actually, if you're looking for a burglar, there's a couple rascally type fellows in the back, in the shadowy parts of the inn. They might be able to help you out for a price. They're usually more for hire.
That's alright. I'm looking for a warrior, too.
Warrior. I would honestly go check out the sawmill. It's Chet is actually the guy who's in charge over there. He may know a couple lumberjacks over there that might be willing to help you out for maybe some fame and glory, maybe something like that.
Alright.
And the adept, a healer or caster type person, you don't see many of them in this town, but your probably best bet is to go to the church. I'm trying to determine. We haven't actually named any gods in this game yet, so I'm gonna leave that be for the time being.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a church of healing and restoration is the main.
It could just be like deities or something.
Yeah. Well, yes, but I can't think of one right off the top of my head. So that's what I mean by gods. So and there's other. If you want, can you roll me a D6 plus your charisma? And add actually plus your charisma plus 2. So additional 2 plus your charisma. What did we roll? Because I'm not on the right screen here.
7.
A 7. Okay, so you walk up to the thieves at the back of the bar, and they look at you, and they heard what you said. They're like, magical items, they're not my thing. You might be able, there's a little scrappy little guy outside that's been kind of pushing us. You could go for him I'm sure he would go for a pretty low price.
I nod and say, all right, thanks. And I go out to him.
All right, so you go out to. There's this young. It's like a teenage boy
Okay.
who's out there. He's got his little daggers, and he's just kind of sitting up against the fence post, kind of spinning one in one hand, just kind of blazing about. Maybe a stick in his mouth. And what do you do?
I lean on my staff, looking at him, and I say, hey, buddy,
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I am looking for a certain kind of person to help me out here.
Help you out with what?
You any good with traps?
Any good with traps? Who needs to deal with traps when you got these? And he pulls out his weapons, just spins them around, puts them back in. But if you're looking for something simple, yeah, I think I could deal with traps easily enough. What's in it for me though? And where are you going?
Have you ever heard of the tower called Schmickelheimer?
No. Who would go to a tower called Schmickelheimer?
Uh, apparently nobody. But anyway, I need to get up that tower because I've been told there's a magical item that I'm looking for.
You actually were told it was below the tower.
Was it below the tower?
You were told it was below.
Below
this is
the
like
tower.
this is like a destroyed tower that, from long ago.
And I'm willing to throw, let's go with 15 gold at you.
15 gold, you got my services. And he goes, you can call me Otto.
All right, Otto.
Otto. So Otto is going to actually only have a burglar of 2.
Okay.
Because on a 7 to 9, pretty much what happens is, because I did a recruit roll is what you did for this one. You settle for someone close to what you want, or you turn them away. So you're going to have a burglar of 2, he's going to be a skill. And he will have, let's see here, he'll have 1 more point in there. I decide what point I want to give him here. He'll have a warrior of 1. So you can, if you use him to attack with you, you gain a +1 damage.
Okay, cool.
So that's what you find for your burglar.
All right. I tell him we gotta head over to the church now.
The church? No, I am not going to no church. Those ladies are mean.
No,
I'll meet you on the outside of town.
All right, I'll meet you over there with some other people then.
Okay.
And I go over to the church.
Daggers. I type it out this stuff right now. Burglar 2, warrior 1. Okay, so you head on over to the church, and you have that priest that just sits out in the front. He's got the long robe on, the nice, symbol of his god there.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, welcome, boy. What can I do for you this fine, fine morning?
I am looking for an adept, my friend.
An adept. Well, we don't really got adepts around here. There's not, usually the magic-y guys are usually on the higher floors, but we have some people that can do some healing, at least some minor magic skills. But what do you need their services for? We usually keep them around here to heal up, keep people in shape.
That's exactly what I need them for. It's more of to keep them along in case anything happens to me or my friends.
Well, how long are they going to be gone? Or where are you going so I can let some people know and see if they're interested? And where are you going? What can I give them?
You've probably never heard of it, and I do have some gold if they're interested, or, just out of the good of their heart.
Well, if you, where are you going? Because even if I haven't heard of it, I can't tell them you're going off somewhere strange and never coming back.
Schmickelheimer.
Schmickelheimer. Oh, I know Schmickelheimer. It was a great, big, monstrous tower to the southeast. It got destroyed, I think, about, not 1,000, like 200 years ago. We got some books on it. I tell you what, I'll see if I can find someone, but any kind of information you find, or any kind of scrolls, stuff like that, you give them to the boys I send with you, and we'll call it even.
You said you had some books on that?
Yes.
Could I take a look at those books?
Sure. Can you also roll me a 2d6 plus your charisma plus an additional 1?
2d6 plus.
A 9. Okay. So you're going to get 2 adepts. Well, 2 people. One is going to be Samuel. And Samuel is going to have a plus 1 to your adept skill. Actually, plus 2. I guess it has to be a plus 2.
Okay.
So a plus 2, and he's going to have a plus 1 for priest. And he's going to be an older guy.
That's fine.
Maybe we'll go 40s. In his 40s, 2 adept, 1 priest. And then you're also going to get Hassan.
Hassan.
Darker colored guy, or no, darker skin toned guy. A bit more bulky. You're kind of surprised he is in the church versus doing other things. You may guess that he might have been a lumberjack at one point in time, but no more. He's gonna have a 2 adept, and he's gonna have a 3 priest.
He's pretty good. All right.
Yeah. He's your decent guy you've gotten so far. Okay, and he mentions so their cost is information, I believe is what it is. It technically is what the cost is. Where is it at? So cost for auto is 15 gold per day. Just so you know, it's per day.
Per day. Okay. Got it.
Samuel is uncovered knowledge, and so is Hassan. Okay, so you want to go in and look for a book. So would you give me a spout lore?
About what, the book?
Yeah, it's pretty much what information you're going to find in the book. And how much is actually in it.
All right. The book just say.
Well, no, you got to give me a spout. You got to roll a spout lore.
Oh, I gotta roll.
Mhm.
Like, where do I do that?
It should be one of your skills. If not, it's plus your... I think it's your int, but I'm not sure.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
12. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple things here. I'll give you some information, and then I'll let you add to it. So, the Tower of Schmickelheimer was in a war that happened about 200 years ago with the... Give me a name for both factions, or it's a royal family and a rebel faction.
The Handle Dwarfs.
Handle dwarfs.
That'll be the rebel faction.
Okay. Were they actually dwarfs, or was that just kind of the name because they were kind of like a small group?
They were a small group.
Okay. I kind of like that. Small group.
And
But we're going to go with they were like skilled warriors.
yeah.
But the tower, once the war was lost, the tower itself just crumbled into decay, and it was said that below, this area was actually in a swampy area originally, and below that there was said to be a cavern with a shrine to a god, a snake god. But no one remembers the name because it's been so long. It was lost to the pages of history. What else? Is there anything you would like to add to it? Oh, also you've heard that on one side of the tower there is actually a secret entrance to the underground, but it requires you to... What does it require you to do? You give me an option here.
It requires you to be able to see magic aura.
Can you detect magic?
I can.
Acceptable. Secret entrance is only visible if you detect magic. Perfect. Okay. So that's what you know about the area and what you learned about the tower. So it was in a war 200 years ago. It was in a swampy land prior to this. The secret entrance is only visible if you're able to see the magic ley lines.
Okay.
And it's on one side of the tower. You're not. It doesn't specify which side, but you can. It's not a huge, tower. You can walk around the thing with no problem.
Okay.
And I think that's about all the information you get. So the priest comes back. He brings you Hassan, he got the deeper voice. He's like, I'm here to help. And then you got Samuel, who just kind of talks normal. He's like, just let me know what you need. And we're ready to go when you're ready to go.
All right. You guys can either come with me or you can wait with my other buddy on the outside of town. I still gotta go look for one more guy to help us out.
We'll come with you. It's fine. It's easier
All
that
right.
way.
And I go over to the lumber mill.
Okay, you head over to the lumber mill. When you get to the lumber mill, you actually... I don't know, Moko. They can be whatever they are.
Hell, Southern.
You go there and you kind of ask around. You say you're looking for Chet, and you find out that Chet is actually gone, and that he went off on an adventure with another group, so he's not available at the moment.
Okay.
You actually run into the second, kind of like the second command, and his name is Toma. His name is Toma.
Toma.
And Toma goes, little weak wizard, what can the lumberjacks do for you today? You need like a chair made so you can sit?
No, actually, I need some muscle for this
I
quest
got all the
going
muscle you
on.
need, and he flexes.
Are you willing to come with me? It's about a 3-day trek southeast.
No, I can't do that, little puny wizard. I am in charge of this. Chet left me here. I can't just leave right after he put me in charge. But we may have some people that may join you, but what... Are you going to roll me your... Well, he goes, where are you going first? Because you haven't told me nothing. All I know is you need people.
Schmickelheimer.
Schmickelheimer. That piece of crap stone building that uses no wood whatsoever. Who would want to go? What lumberjack would want to go there?
There might be some good weapons there from the old war.
Weapons. We don't need weapons. We have our axes, and he just kind of puts his over his shoulder.
That old thing. Oh, you
That
should have
old
seen.
thing.
You should have seen the weapons they had back then.
Nothing compares to the axe of a lumberjack. When you see Abraham again, he'll tell you.
Oh,
So,
you've met Abraham.
Abraham's a great, great friend of ours. That guy has helped improve Everfar like you wouldn't believe. It's like he came from somewhere else, maybe somewhere farther up. Not entirely sure. But right now, he's off to, I think, Mars City. He's looking for, I believe, Gary. Because Gary went missing. We sent him down there and no idea what happened to him. But no, we don't need any use of weapons. You have, if you want, go ahead and roll me your recruit now, though. Your 2d6 plus charisma and just another plus 1. So you can, yeah, so 2d6 plus charisma plus 1. So a 9. So go ahead and roll me. Actually, I'll roll this.
The only one who would be dead Stokes would be me. So no.
Yeah, it's only him. So no. Well, that's a lie. A lot of these NPCs may die on
Yeah,
this
one
trip.
of the NPCs.
Okay, so you're gonna get a guy with 6. So you're gonna have a guy come up to you, and his name is going to be. Nope. 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 His name is Maxim.
Maxim?
Maxim.
Okay.
Maxim is going to be a 3 protector and 3 warrior. Y'all want some sweet potato pie? And Maxim goes, where are you going? Is there going to be battle?
There might be. There might not be. We just want to be sure that we have some muscle if there's any trouble.
If there's battle and we can praise about you, buy me a drink once we get back, I'm in.
I'll buy you 2 drinks if it goes well.
I am in. But we are not giving up until we leave. Do you understand?
I think about what he just said. All right. I'll go with that.
All right. Cost. Thrill of victory. So, pretty much, like, if this guy ever kind of tries to, like, back out, you can pretty much go, we're close, we're getting there, just gotta keep moving, gotta get him psyched up. That's his cost. That's the only way you're gonna keep him around, or he may run away at some point. Okay. So you have Otto, which is the young boy, teenage boy.
Uh-huh.
You have Samuel, Hassan, and Maxim. So those are your 4 characters. You've gotten them all, and Tolman goes, okay, you got one of our guys. I can't pass anymore. We're already running low with Chet being gone. So get on out of here.
All right. We go meet up with Otto.
Okay. He goes, what do you want? You guys ready?
I look at the rest of the guys. You guys ready?
Yep. But Hassan goes, well, sir, we probably should supply before we leave.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna need some provisions. So, are you going to try to resupply on stuff?
Yeah, I guess I better.
Right, go ahead and roll me. There's actually a move called Supply, which is a 2d6 plus your charisma. On 10 plus, you find what you're looking for at a fair price. 7 to 9, you'll have to pay more or settle for something that's not exactly what you wanted, but close.
Okay, so 2d6 plus charisma.
Mm-hmm. A 7. Okay, so you can find dungeon rations. They are normally 3 coins for 5 uses. They're gonna charge you 4 coins.
Okay.
So how many are you gonna buy?
3-day trek. Let's go with 7.
So, okay, no, you can buy, if you want, you buy 2 dungeon rations, and then I'll give you 10 uses. So it'd be 8 coins
okay.
for like 10 uses.
All right, I'll buy 2 then.
All right, so yeah, that's 8 coins minus 8 coins off. Is there any kind of adventuring gear you want to get? There's an equipment section that you can look at, and there's dungeon gear. You have like bandages. When you have a few minutes to bandage someone else's wounds, heal them for 4 damage and expended use. Those are normally 5 coins. Adventuring gear are 20 coins, 5 uses. It contains a mundane items such as chalk pulls, spikes, ropes, etc. You can rummage through adventuring gear for something useful, mundane that you need.
I think the bandages will be good.
Okay, so if you want bandages, they're normally 5. We'll sell them for 7. They have 3 uses if you buy 1.
All right, I'll buy 1 then.
Okay. You also have healing potions, which are 50 coins.
I am not selling those.
Well, you can buy another one if you wish.
Mm.
There is antitoxins, which are 10 coins, which I think you already have some.
I think I have like 2 left.
Then you have... that's pretty much... You also have poultice and herbs. When you carefully treat someone's wound with poultice and herbs, you heal them of 7 damage and expended use. That's 10 coins, 2 uses, and it takes time.
Nah.
Okay, so you have your 1 bandage that you bought. You got your dungeon rations. Did you want to buy adventuring gear or no? 20 coins, 5 uses. Pretty much like if you need torches, you can pull torches out. Which
yeah,
I think you may have like light already as a skill, but
I do.
okay, go ahead and that's 20 coins. I'll charge you 25 for it.
25. Sure.
Okay, and you are now ready to head off. I forgot to give someone tracking, so you actually need a tracker. We're gonna say the squirrel's gonna lead you, just for fun. The squirrel's actually gonna be a tracker to lead you to the location, so you don't actually need a tracker on this one. So what? Are you set to head out then? Now that you've got your stuff.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, so you guys are setting out. It's about mid-afternoon right now, and you got a 3-day hike. So if you can, please roll me a perilous journey. You're going to be the quartermaster and the scout.
Okay.
I'm going to have you assign. Your character itself will be the quartermaster. You're going to need to pick one of the characters that is going to be your scout, and you'll still just roll for them.
Journey.
Yep, journey. So roll your quartermaster.
What job are you?
A quartermaster. Okay, so you perform the job as expected. You spend the normal amount of rations to get to the tower. So you're going to spend 3 rations just getting there. Go ahead and roll. Now, who is your scout before you roll it?
I'm gonna have to say Otto.
Okay, so Otto will be your scout. Go ahead and make a scout roll.
Okay.
You roll an 8. So the actual travel there is pretty uneventful, since any kind of danger that you guys would have run into, Otto just kind of pointed out, and you just skidded around and avoided. A couple goblins here and there. There was a griffin at one point. Nothing too big. So you head south and you reach the Tower of Schmickelheimer. I hate that name. and at the tower, how it looks, you have in front of you, there's your standard dips and divots. It was a swampy area. It's more dried up now, so it's got your normal land, some grass. There's a small wall on the side that you're at that you could easily just walk around to get to it. It's made of complete stone. The tower itself is still standing, but there's a huge V-shaped crevice going from the top down.
Okay.
There's no light, there's no torches, nothing like that. There's some broken, you see some wood pillars. So what do you do?
Walk around the wall.
Okay, so you're going to walk around it. Go ahead and give me a discern realities. Since I'm assuming you're looking for the entrance. You may ask me one of the questions from the basic move list. It'll be in the discern realities section of it.
Where I'm trying to find this. Where is this?
Basic moves is one of the handouts. It's the very bottom of the list. Nope, Schmickelheimer is actually how he typed it out. So it's Schmickelheimer, but it's actually Schmickel.
Shut up. I can't fucking find it for the life of me.
It's fine. Okay, here's your questions. You have what happened here recently, what is about to happen, what should I be on the lookout for, what here is useful or valuable to me, who's really in control here, what here is not what it appears to be.
What here is it not appears to be?
You activate your detect magic, because I believe it is a cantrip for you.
It is a cantrip.
And as you walk around the back side of the tower, you see a tree and some bushes. At that point, you see a faint glow behind them. And that's what appears behind it, is that there's a rock, is what you're looking at. And that rock isn't actually a rock, it's a door.
Okay.
I like it better. It's actually an illusion. You could actually just walk right through it, is what you realize.
Alright. I walk through it and tell the guys to follow me.
Okay. And at this point, you have Maxim going, "This is what I came here for." And then he starts walking down with you. Now, who are you putting in the front? Who are you putting behind you? Where are you going to be? So I kind of have idea of how your party is grouped
I'm
up.
gonna put the rogue
You're
or
gonna-
Otto
uh-huh.
in the front.
And how are you going to convince Otto to go to the front?
We just need to make sure there's no traps in the front, so keep an eye out for those.
He goes, right, I got you.
And then Warrior right behind him.
All right, Maxim's like, yes, the front, the brunt of it.
I'll be behind him, and the 2 priests can be behind me.
Okay. So you walk down. It's actually a staircase that you start walking down. It's still made of stone. You realize you're kind of going in the cellar area of the actual tower. As you walk down, you reach a door, and you have Otto just walk right in, or what do you do at the door?
Otto, check out the door there. See if there's anything up with it.
Okay, and Otto just kind of goes right, and he just pushes the door open. You hear it as the door opens up for the first time in the last 100 years, and it opens up, and you start to see that the location has changed. It's no longer through the door. It's now more cavernous than it was as the cellar was. So it leads down below.
Okay.
And what do you do?
All right, guys. Ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. And
All
then
right.
they follow in.
Let's go.
So as you walk in, you walk in, and in the actual, after you pass the door, you notice there's a couple things. There is a passageway to the left, which you're not entirely sure where that goes. There's also a passageway in the front, but it's pretty dark, so you can't see too far in front of you. What do you do?
All right. I'm gonna reach into my little bag here, my little dungeon gear bag, and pull out a torch.
Okay, I think you have light as a cantrip.
I do, but I want to give the torch to
Okay.
Otto.
Okay, so Otto takes the torch, goes, thank you, I can see now. This is so much better. And he starts walking forward, and as he walks out of the hallway to the left, this creature comes out. It's got wings, it has the head of a snake, but it also has a almost normal looking human body. It looks beautiful. It's glowing white light. And the only thing what do you do once you see this thing?
Well, let's see. Can I have these. I'm gonna use one of my books
Okay.
to,
Spout lore, an addition bonus, right?
see if I can tell what it is.
Alright, a bag of books. Let me just make sure I know exactly what that skill does. So you're consulting your bag of books. Bag of books. When your bag of books contains the right book for the subject you're spouting lore on, consult the book, mark off a use, and take +1 to your roll. So what kind of book are you pulling out?
A kind of like a god lore book.
God lore book. Okay, go ahead and do your spout lore.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so an 8. Okay, in this book, you find a passage on a snake god, and it has a slight mention of its servant that will judge you worthy or not. It doesn't specify what, it mentions that it has wings, but other than that, you don't really know what it is.
Okay.
That's about the only information you actually find out about this thing.
All right.
Go ahead and actually mark in your inventory now that you have a book of the gods.
All right. I'm gonna tell the guys. All right, hold on a second, but be ready if anything goes wrong. I'm gonna walk up to it slowly, but not too close, and then get on one knee looking up at it with my staff
Okay.
and see if it says anything, I guess.
Okay. You walk up to it. You said you like kneel down like with your staff,
Yes.
and it. Let's see. What does it do then? I like this. Where did my little book thingy go? Okay. So what it does, it actually takes its hand and starts reaching out towards your head to put its hand on it. What do you do? It's not like slamming it out. It's just reaching towards your head.
I guess I let it.
Okay, as you let it, it touches your head, and you realize that it's searching your mind for information. And then, are you going to let it see what it wants to see, or are you going to try to fight it?
I will let it see what it wants to see.
Okay, so it does, and as this happens, the wings start to glow. Its eyes turn bright white, and then it releases you from its grip. And the only thing it says is, I judge you worthy. Please enter, but be careful what you do, as there are two sides to this area. One is safe, one is not. And then it kind of just motions its hand.
I nod and get up, saying thank you, and I motion to the other guys to let's go.
Okay. So you have two options here. You have the passageway where the Coltles, what it's called, came from the left, or you have the entrance straight to the front. That's the exterior option at the moment. To the front, you can see there is no door.
Okay.
Just some stalactites up above.
Okay. Can I use detect magic again and look at both directions?
Sure, you detect magic. The only thing magical you see is the Coltal. There is no other magic that you can see in this area. And behind you, obviously, from the
All right. What was the first one again?
You have the entrance to the left, where the Coltal came from, and you have which you can't see. It just kind of veers off a little bit, and then makes a sharp turn. That's all you see. Or you have the entrance straight in front of you, has some stalactites above, and there's no door. It just opens up to another area. That's all you see at the moment. Did you want to converse with your group? Did you want to... What do you want?
Yeah, I'll get their opinion on it, see what they think.
Okay. Hassan goes, we should not enter the way the Coltal came from. That place is holy. We should not go near it. Then you have Maxim going, we should flip a coin. Heads, we go left. Tails, we go straight. Otto goes, I don't really care. I just, make sure I get paid. And those are what you've been given. And I'm going to blow my nose out. Mute.
I am. Can I tell if the way with the stalactites go down lower? I'm gonna go into the cave one. Yeah. Okay. A lot of water in the back of what?
Whoops. So for those that have missed me talking about that, I apologize. I mentioned that there was water on the ground as he started walking towards that room. and mostly from the stalactites. And then he walked into a big square room with a staircase leading down, and a lot of water in the back of it. So what do you do?
I guess I say let's head down the stairs.
Okay, you guys start to head towards the stairs, and you hear a... And then Hassan goes, something's not right here. Maybe we should try to figure out what.
Otto, take a look around.
Okay, so you send Otto to look around, and he kind of walks, along the right side of the staircase. Doesn't really see much. Walks on the left side, and he walks around the back. And as he walks around the back, out of the water, a frog jumps and grabs him, and goes to engulf him with his mouth. What do you do? And Otto's like, ah, ah.
I throw a magic missile at the frog.
Okay, so we actually forgot to do your stats. I just realized when you leveled up. So let's go ahead and make sure everybody knows what they are. So have you improved, or have you already marked your stat increase?
Yeah,
Okay, so what did you increase?
my strength by
So,
1.
okay, so your strength is now a 9, which is a 0. And for the spell, you picked up Magic Missile.
Yep.
Okay, so Magic Missile is a... projectiles of pure magic spring from your fingers. Deal 2d4 damage. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be true. How do you want your magic missiles to look, and where do they come from? How does it look when you cast it?
When I cast it, it comes out of the end of my staff. And it's like a...
Now, if you don't have your staff, where would it come from?
If I don't have my staff, it would just come out of my fingertips.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we clarify that for future when I make you drop your staff.
Okay. And it looks like a little purple ball with like a purple trail behind it.
Okay, cool. Purple ball of energy. Does anything happen to your actual character? Does his eyes light up? Does he glow with some kind of aura? Anything like that?
He might mumble to himself.
Kids these days.
Yeah, like a happy thought or something.
Okay. So, you aim your staff at this creature and you shoot. Please roll your cast a spell. Which I believe is your int. I don't actually have that as a macro yet.
Yeah, okay. I'll just
I need to
roll int then.
Your cast a spell is roll 2d6 plus your int.
2d6 plus int.
I'm actually gonna keep this open for myself too here. An 8. So let's see. On a 7 and 9, the spell is cast, but choose one.
Choose one of what?
It's in your cast a spell actual character sheet. It's you draw unwelcome attention to and put yourself in a spot. The GM will tell you how. The spell disturbs the fabric of reality as it takes its cast. Take a -1 ongoing until you prepare your next spells. After the cast, the spell is forgotten. You cannot cast the spell again until you prepare spells. Your best bet probably is do the unwelcome attention.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
Okay, so you aim your staff. You mumble please roll your 2d4 for your damage. What is the health of this creature? Okay, here he is. So you blast this creature for 7 damage. And as it's reaching down to bite, it gets blasted backwards, but gets back up. But what you didn't notice is that there was another set of eyes right next to where that frog landed, and it leaps towards you to try to eat your face.
Okay, what's the lumberjack's name again?
Lumberjack's name is Maxim.
Maxim, move it in front of me now.
Okay, so you're gonna have Maxim take the hit for you. Or are you trying to defend? Well, defend doesn't work. Are you trying to defy danger with him, or are you trying to attack with him.
I'm gonna see if he can hit it as it's coming towards us.
Okay, he can assist you in attacks, so you would actually need to make a normal, either your magic missile's fine, you would need to hack and slash, or something like that, if you want to make him attack with you.
I'll throw a magic missile at him then, because that's...
Alright, so you pretty much blast this one, this other one comes, and you turn to shoot, and let's see what happens. Eight. So you have to choose one again. Do you put yourself in danger? Do you take a -1 ongoing, or do you forget the spell?
I really need that spell. I'll put myself in danger.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your 2d4 plus 3 for his warrior damage.
Oh, good. Ugh.
Nice. So you hit, and let's see here. I want to actually make sure I clarify what happens here when you use him. Because I'm learning how to use NPCs at the same time, guys. That's why this is perfect.
Like he throws his axe at the same time and it mixes with the bolt.
Okay, so let's see here. Deal damage, blah, blah. If your attack results in consequences like a counterattack, the man-at-arms takes the brunt of it. Okay, so Maxim comes out swinging his axe down, slicing at the frog, but out of nowhere, a third frog you guys didn't see throws its tongue out and grabs its tongue around the axe and rips it away. And you still hit the frog for your 5 damage.
Okay.
And that is what happens. So right now, your warrior is without an axe.
Alright. If I rummage through my dungeon bag, is there like a weapon in there that he could use?
No, there are no weapons. That doesn't count as like adventuring gear.
Okay. How bad is the first frog looking?
The first frog is completely covered in blue blood. It's just gushing down.
Alright.
And that third one that grabbed that axe now has it in its hand.
What is
And it's charging towards Otto. Otto's just scrambling backwards on the ground because he was already still knocked down from the previous frogman. This has only been maybe 10 seconds, this total thing. So he's scrambling backwards. What are you going to do?
Do the adepts have any spells that they could throw?
The adepts do not, but they can assist you. When they assist, it's here. Let's clarify this. As long as it can increase the potency of your spell, it can make the duration last longer, it can have a greater range. The effects are dependent on the situation, and I'll tell you what happens if you use them.
Okay. Can I use them to throw a magic missile, but it splits into 3?
So you want to... 3? No. I will allow you to split it into 2 with just your normal damage, a 2d4. So one blast will hit one blast will hit the other. So the damage is split between them for a 1d4 and a 1d4.
Okay. I'm gonna... They're gonna go for the one that's charging?
It's gonna actually be the total damage divided by 2. That's how the damage will work.
Okay. It's gonna be the one that's charging and the one that's, looking shitty.
Okay. Go ahead and make your spellcast roll. A 10. So you go, Hassan, Samuel, assist me. And they start trying to assist, kind of doing a combined, like, one purple orb is between the two of them. And they blast it towards the weak one that's bloody and dying, while you cast towards the one with the axe, or the one that was just...
The one with the axe that's charging Otto.
Otto, okay. And you blast it. So roll your 2d4. 8. So each one takes 4 damage. The one that was bleeding and dying just gets blasted backwards and sinks back into the water. The one charging Otto comes down and swings and cuts at Otto, because your blast hits him, but it comes down and cuts and puts a huge gash into Otto.
Okay.
And the one that was actually fighting Maxim is now charging towards you because he doesn't see Maxim as a threat anymore since he no longer has an axe. And he's coming at you. He's leaping, about to grab you. What are you doing?
Let's see. What can I do? I guess I'll just fucking throw a missile in his face.
Missiles in the face.
Missile in the face.
Make your roll.
That's just the 2d6 plus 2.
Plus your int. Yep. 7. So, are you going to put yourself in danger? What are you doing here?
I think I'm in enough danger. I'll take a...
A -1 ongoing. That's until you rest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you take a -1 ongoing now. So you've been spamming the spell out so many times, it's starting to cause a strain on your old, weak wizard body. And you blast it. It takes a little bit more to get this one out, and you shoot. Roll your 2d4. 5. So this lizard, or this one, actually is charging at you. Okay, that actually is fine. So you blast it, and this frog just bursts. Like he got superheated. Just all over Maxim. Maxim. But what you didn't notice is that one was still attacking Otto. And it swings down, and takes Otto's hand. Just cuts it right off with the axe. So Otto is now screaming in pain. His hand is now missing, at least one of them. He's like, I'm going to die. This wasn't worth it. And the frog is going to finish Otto off. What do you do?
Alright. Let's see. Max, charge it, and I am gonna throw another missile at it.
Alright, go ahead and roll your cast a spell. 14. So you charge or Maxim charges the thing and just shoves his shoulder and knocks it over. And then kind of pushes it off into the air. And roll your damage. Let's see if you hit it. Or how much you hit it for. 5. So you throw this thing into the air. And it just turns, eyes go wide. And it just blasts right into him and destroys him. So this is now dead.
Awesome.
And Otto is just sitting there screaming, my hand! My hand! What did it do? How could you let it happen to me, Rewix?